My name is Shayla Spinell, and I'm going to be talking about the history of the Holocaust and how it all started. The Holocaust started from 1939 all the way until 1945. And yes, even though 11 million people died in total, 6 million of them were Jews. So I will be emphasizing mostly the Jews. Everything started because of this man. I'm not sure if you guys can see the picture very well. Adolf Hitler. He was focused in having an Aryan race. In other words, he wanted the perfect German. He wanted tall, blue eyes, light blonde hair. And he was willing to exterminate everyone that was not under that category. He mainly had a target over Jews, gypsies. He had a target over homosexuals, mainly everybody. But there's no reason on why he was targeting the Jews. Before it all started for the Jews, they had to suffer a lot of years of deprivation, a lot of years of humiliation, discrimination. It all started, I believe it was 1938, before the war actually started. The Jews were forced to wear the Star of David. They removed them from their houses, they removed them from their companies, they trashed everything that they had. And if they weren't wearing the Star of David, they would literally shoot them in the face. The ghettos was basically a small little town where it was enclosed. They couldn't escape, and if they did try to escape, they would shoot them. They wouldn't provide water to them, they wouldn't provide food, and they weren't allowed to work. So they were locked up in a place with no way of surviving. After that, after the ghettos, they came and they took the Jews and they transported them in cattle cars, or in other words, cattle trains, where they would crowd up 100 Jews in one little train without water, without barely even air, for days. So many of them would just die on the way to the concentration camps. And the excuse for the SS men, in other words, the Nazis, was, you're going to a labor camp. You're going to a labor camp. So they did not know that they were going to die. They just thought they were going to work, and then once they did their job, they were going to be released. But that wasn't the case. Here is actually a picture of one of the camps, which was the biggest camps, called Auschwitz. Millions and millions of Jews died in this camp. And I'm thinking, there were thousands of camps around Europe that were just extermination, but this one not only was an extermination camp, it was a work camp, and it was a gas chamber camp. When they arrived to the camps, if they didn't die in the cattle cars, they would either get exterminated in the gas chamber. So if you were sick or young, you would go directly into the gas chamber. They wouldn't even give you the opportunity to work. And then those that were actually in good conditions and healthy, they were just transported to the camp and put to work to death. Every day, sometimes not even every day, maybe once a week, 3 times a week, all they would feed them was a little piece of bread and a little cup of soup. So a lot of them would die from malnutrition. They got so skinny to the point that you couldn't even recognize the face. They looked like aliens. They didn't look like human beings from how skinny they were. I'm gonna show you a picture of what a concentration camp looked like on the inside. Right here, they were all forced to wear pajamas. The war actually ended in 1945 when the Soviet Union came, but by that time, 6 million Jews had already died, and 4 other million people had already died. So if it wouldn't have been because of the Soviet Union, the war would have gone further and many, many more people would have died. Hitler actually committed suicide in 1945 because the war was pretty much coming to an end. This is just a brief history of what actually happened during the Holocaust and what the Jews had to go through and what happened in the concentration camps. I hope you liked my presentation. Once again, my name is Shayla Spinell. I hope you have a great day.